Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Fiddler's In by Whitey Morgan. So I am still doing my randomizer. I did all last week. I randomized the songs that I listened to. I took every single request that I have on my channel, put it into this Google Sheet, and I hit the randomize button 3 times. The top result is what I listened to. So this was the most recent, winner, if you want to say, of the randomizer. So that's why we're listening to this song. Of course, this does come as a request. That's how you make it on the list. So if you'd like to request something, leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to get to it. Be sure to add it to the list. Let's listen. I've never heard anything from Whitey Morgan before, at least not to my knowledge. So I'm going in pretty blind. I imagine with a name like Fiddler's In, it's probably a country bluegrass type song, but I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. Let's go ahead and listen. All right.
There's a picker in 149. He's drinking and wasting his time. He came here to rap, but it just ain't his night once again. Tonight at the Fiddler's Inn, there's a needle in 235. It's keeping a young girl alive. She'll open the door for 2 or 3 or 4 different men all night at the Fiddler's Inn. There's heroes and demons, excuses and reasons, hard times and white lines, redemption and sin. Nobody knows how the stories might end. Tonight at the Fiddler's Inn. There's liars and cheaters and whores, drunkards and men of the Lord. They all want to change and just find a place to fit in. So tonight, it's the Fiddler's Inn. There's heroes and demons, excuses and reasons, hard times and white lines, redemption and sin. Nobody knows how these stories might end. Tonight at the Fiddler's Inn. It's the Fiddler's Inn. There's a picker in 149.
I like that a lot. I like that for a very specific reason. I think it's because it sort of has that classic country sound, What I mean by that, I mean, I'm talking like probably even before this, but like, I grew up listening, when we did listen to country, I grew up listening to like George Strait or Alan Jackson, and this, to me, I think it sounds even more old school than those guys. I'm talking like old school country, but I liked that about it. I feel like it was, when did this come out? Is this an old, no, 2018 looks like, I'll say, is this an old school country song? But no, I think it's just meant to sound like the old school country song. So that's pretty cool. I liked it. Again, that classic sound, to me, I'm a sucker for it. I think as I've done my channel at this point, I've listened to a lot of different country. I've realized that for many years I've said I hate country music, I can't stand it, etc., etc. But I think what I meant, and if I can refine that statement, is I think what I meant is that I don't like mainstream country. I really don't. I don't like the overproduced pop country that you hear on the radio. I've heard too much of that in my life. Unfortunately, my older brother listens to a lot of that kind of stuff. When I was in college, Texas A&M, I mean, super conservative, super country. It felt like every other radio station was a country station. I heard way too much of that crap. I mean, no offense to you if that's your thing. I mean, I feel like my subscriber group is a little bit more, I guess, off the beaten path. I think a lot of my subscribers feel the same way I do about this sort of country music, that we just don't like pop country. A lot of the stuff that gets oversaturated on the radio nowadays, it's just not for me. And so for many years I was like, yeah, I don't like country music. It's my least favorite type of music. I can't stand it. I don't want to listen to country like ever. But again, I think doing my channel and with as many reviews as I've done, I think the true statement is that I don't like pop country. I like good country, I guess. I like country that has a message, that has a story, that kind of goes beyond surface level. And I think that stays true to country, or tries to reinvent country. That's the thing. Like, I like stuff like this that is very much in that classical vein of country, like I said. But I also really like stuff like Sturgill Simpson, who definitely takes country and really experiments with it, really kind of makes it his own. So, yeah, I think I can very safely call myself a fan of country music at this point. And again, not pop country, not your top 40, whatever you want to call it. I'm a fan of just, I guess, country at its roots, the storytelling. Again, making it your own. I think that's fantastic. So kudos to Whitey Morgan and the 78s. Pretty good song. I liked it. So anyway, let's break it down like we always do, of course, starting with the lyrics that I have right here. So it says, there's a picker in 149. He's drinking and wasting his time. He came here to write, but it just ain't his night. Once again tonight at the Fiddler's Inn. So I'm picturing one of those hotels with like a bar in the lobby or something, right? I picture almost like an old saloon with rooms up top or something like that, to where it's like, yeah, there's these different people in these different rooms, but they sort of all end up in the same kind of common area. So in room 149, there's a picker. I don't know what he means by that specific phrase. To me, a picker is like, I used to watch the show, what was it called? American Pickers on, I think it's the History Channel. I used to watch that show all the time. And so those are guys who go around just finding antiques and reselling them and stuff like that. So that's what I think of when I see that line. I kind of assumed, though, that maybe it's... Oh, actually, now that I think about it, it says he came here to write, but it just ain't his night. So I'm thinking of picker now as like someone who plays an instrument, right? Uses a guitar pick. So, yeah, I think that's what it is. But it just ain't his night. Once again tonight at the Fiddler's Inn. There's a needle in 235. It's keeping a young girl alive. She'll open the door for 2 or 3 or 4 different men all night at the Fiddler's Inn. So obviously a prostitute, probably using drugs. That's where the needle comes in, right? There's heroes and demons, excuses and reasons, hard times and white lines, redemption and sin. Nobody knows how their stories might end tonight at the Fiddler's Inn. I think it's interesting how their stories might end. I think he just means that sort of as, you never know what's going to happen. But to me, it sounds a little bit more ominous than that, which I think is interesting. There's liars and cheaters and whores, drunkards and men and men of the Lord, that they all want a change and just to find a place to fit in. So tonight it's the Fiddler's Inn. That's kind of like to me like a very romanticized thing about like being at a hotel or an inn in general. Is you never know who else is there. You never know what other people's stories are as you're going about your business. I do have a feeling here that perhaps the Fiddler's Inn is maybe a metaphor for something else, but I think it's interesting. There's heroes and demons, excuses and reasons, hard times and white lines, redemption and sin. Nobody knows how the stories might end. Tonight at the Fiddler's Inn. Tonight it's the Fiddler's Inn. There's a picker in 149. Yeah, I thought it was fine lyrically. I always like music that kind of tells a story, regardless if it's a true story or just some sort of fictionalized thing. But I thought this one was just really interesting. And again, I feel like the Fiddler's Inn is maybe a metaphor for something, but I don't know if I'm smart enough to figure that out. So I'll leave it at that. I like the lyrics. I thought 2 thumbs up. As far as the instrumentation goes, again, I really enjoyed that sort of classic country sound. Very reminiscent of what I grew up listening to, but with a more modern take on it. So you got some great guitar work. Was there even a fiddle in there? I honestly couldn't tell. I thought I remember hearing one near the beginning of the song. But yeah, I thought as far as the stringed instruments go, they made a very coherent piece of country music. And again, nothing flashy, nothing poppy, just kind of good old-fashioned, this sort of twang of old-school country, which I thought was good. So the instrumentation was fine. Nothing to call home about, nothing to say like, oh, wow, this was so amazing instrumentally. I want to come back and hear this again. Just more so like you can sort of lose yourself in the music because it is sort of that simple, easy to remember, and easily recognizable pattern of like the old-school country. With that said, I enjoyed his voice again. Very reminiscent of that old school deep country voice. I thought that was fantastic. So overall, I enjoyed the song. The only thing it maybe loses marks on for me is not being more interesting, I think, from an instrumental standpoint. And again, not to say that it was bad. It wasn't bad by any means. Very coherent, very competent performance by these people, but just not, to me, interesting enough to warrant 2 thumbs up. So I'll give it 1.5. I thought it was great. And so as far as replay value goes, again, this song and many of the other songs I've heard on my channel have really made me realize I like country music. And so for sure, this one I want on my playlist. This is one of those type of songs where it's like, this is what I like about country music, the storytelling, what they're able to do with their instruments, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't sound commercial or poppy. It just sounds like someone telling a story in the way that they know how, and I love that. So for me, it's on the playlist. Yeah, no doubt. 2 thumbs up there as well. So overall, really enjoyed the music. I had a great time with this one. If you enjoyed the music as much as I did, go support the artist. Go listen to their music wherever you can. One place you should be able to find this song is in my Spotify playlist. It has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. It's a lot of music. If you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. All right, before I let you go, let's figure it out. What am I listening to next time? So let's go back to our list. Let's take out this one. We are done with it for now. And, well, let's randomize 3 times. And 1. And don't freak out on me, randomizer. 2. And 3. Hey, this is a very commonly requested song, so I'm very happy that I finally get to listen to it. So, Arctic Monkeys, Arabella, something like that. That's the next song we're listening to. I'm very excited. Anybody here knows that I really love Arctic Monkeys at this point, so I'm very excited for this one. So, anyway, that's it for me. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Hope to see you in that next review. Bye for now.